通过与美国公民的婚姻移民美国呢，是一个最直接、最快速的途径。那么具体操作的情况怎么样呢？我们来听一下与王明武律师事务所的移民律师 Cameron 来给我们做一个解答。Cameron, very nice to have you.
Hi, thank you, David.
We marry somebody from another country. What kind of documentation do you need to file the relative relationship?
Okay, first and foremost, of course, you need a marriage certificate. But immigration says that's not sufficient to prove that there is a bona fide marriage. And the standard is bona fide marriage. You're going to have to show that this is a true marriage. And in order to do that, you need some of the documents you may need, photographs of you and your spouse together. Mm-hmm. You need passport photographs, of course, to prove the identity of yourself. Documents showing joint ownership, for example, both names on a piece of property that shows that you are a husband and wife relationship. 2 names on insurance policies, for example, auto insurance, life insurance, health insurance, something that shows that it is a true relationship being produced here. 2 names on a bank account, for example, to show the commingling of funds that you want to truly create a relationship. Sure. And birth certificates showing that you are a mother and a father to a child, if you have any child. Affidavits by third parties. Oftentimes this is helpful if there is a lack of records, that if you have people that know of your relationship. Finally, what you can provide are texts, emails, letters, phone conversation, recordings, for example, that show that there is a true relationship between a husband and wife.
Yeah.
True courtship. A lot of my clients think, well, that's kind of private. I don't want to share that. And I said, well, if you don't have anything else, then you need to show immigration that you have a true husband and wife, affectionate relationship. Right. Absolutely.
Right. Now, some people said it's not a good idea to get married in Las Vegas by Elvis, and because it doesn't show a serious matrimony. Is that true?
I think that's more of a stigma than the truth. I've had clients who got married in Las Vegas before, and they got approved. Their marriage petition was approved. But the real thing USCIS is looking for is not whether or not the marriage ceremony was true or not.
Yeah.
It's what led up to the ceremony. Did you know each other for 8 days before getting married, or have you been talking back and forth from China to the United States? Have you been visiting a lot? Are you sending money back to support? Those are the kind of things that immigration looks at in order to prove there's a bona fide relationship.
Right. So what if the judge, immigration court, determines that your marriage is fraud?
Once the immigration court has determined that your marriage is a fraud, you are barred, number one, from getting immigration benefits from anybody else in the future, whether it's from your spouse, from your relatives, from anybody else. But also what it does is it puts the burden on you to then go, if you get put in removal proceedings, to show that your immigration marriage was not a fraud. And once that you've been determined, and it's a final determination that your marriage is a fraud, say it goes to immigration court and they rule against you, then you cannot apply later for immigration benefits, and it is extremely impossible to overturn that burden in the past.
Would a U.S. citizen be punished as well?
There's no way you can punish, but what it might hurt the citizen from doing in the future is petitioning for anybody else, whether relatives or spouses in the future, from coming to the United States.
They don't want you to turn into a business.
Basically, and there are stories and stories of people who get paid lots of money to do this, and it's not good for the immigration. It's not good for the U.S. government to be granting any of these petitions. It has to be a true bona fide marriage, and if you were paid to go into it, then that's going to bring up a red flag and generally deny you immigration benefits.
Can you just briefly talk about the whole process? Apply for immigration benefits through marriage?
The simple overview of this process is, first you apply for an I-130, and if that's granted, then you wait 2 years to get a condition of removal, remove the conditions on your green card. After the conditions have been removed, you become a permanent resident, and once you're a permanent resident, you're eligible then to apply for citizenship. And then once you become a U.S. citizen, you never have to see another immigration officer or immigration judge ever again.
Yeah. Well, great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
本资讯由王明武律师事务所赞助提供。